This is the bug out information tool. And let me be honest straight from the beginning, this one's a doozy. It takes a while to fill out if you really go through and try and fill out all of the information. You can obviously fill out whatever you'd like, skip entire sections. It's entirely up to you. I do want to point out that some of this information is very personal as far as either health stuff or maybe information about your vehicles or even about other family members, even account numbers. So you need to be very, very careful about where you keep this information. I might suggest that you keep it in your bug out bags or your vehicle kits, even on a jump drive in your keychain. But again, remember that this information is going to be, could be lost, it could be stolen, it could be who knows what. So just be careful about what information you choose to add and where you keep it. I'm merely allowing you to have the opportunity to include this information if you desire. Just again, be careful. So with that said, this is the very first page. Here you can put your home address. You can obviously understand that. If you have a second home or summer home or something like that, you can add that address here if you'd like. These two sections, alternative emergency numbers and utility services and providers. If you watch the video on the one pager, this information's almost exactly alike, but the idea is that you can, for example, contact the police without having to call 911, but contact your local police with their alternative number, or whomever, fire, EMS, and so on. Same thing down here. If I needed to contact the propane people, say, hey, I think my propane's got a leak, you can obviously list their phone number here so you don't have to look it up later. The next page is emergency contacts. You'll notice it says primary local, backup local, primary out of area, and backup out of area. So these are the people that you trust to contact in case there's an emergency. The top two again are local contacts, perhaps people in the same city or nearby city. These would be more for, hey, something happened to my house or something like that. The out of area contacts are going to be people that hopefully significant distance away that wouldn't be affected by the same disaster. Think hurricanes. They can affect multiple states, so be careful about who you choose here. But long story short, the idea is fairly self-explanatory. Type in their name. You can select, oh, it's my brother, right? Put in their phone numbers, addresses if you want, emails, and so on. Some more information. I mean, do you really need addresses? Maybe not, but I feel like the more information you have, the better. Down here, you have same idea, more people, whomever they are to you. Out of area, again, remember, the most important thing is that they're significantly far away from you, that they're not going to be affected by the same emergency. This page lists information about your family. The household, head of household, is presumably going to be you. You can obviously list this stuff if you want or not. Date of birth, a couple phone numbers, emails. Same thing for anybody else, spouse, children, people that live with you, whatever. Pets, same idea. What's your pet's name? What kind of pet is it? How old is the pet? Does it have a license number if applicable? Any comments you might need to mention here. Maybe the pet takes certain medications or who knows what. Okay. And then down here is the stuff for vets and kennels. If for some reason you need to be able to contact them, you can put their information here. The next page is the outside of the house contacts. These are different from your emergency contacts. These would be contacts for, say, children at school. Maybe it's the teacher's name or whomever the emergency contact is, principal, who knows, for that child at that school. Again, you can include as much as you want. It could also be for, say, somebody who works outside the house. What's their supervisor's direct number in case you needed to get a hold of them, but you couldn't, that sort of thing. and this happens to be 2 pages. Okay, 8 total contacts you can add. This page is about your vehicles and personal property. Pretty straightforward. What kind of car is it? You know, type, make, model, year, license number, VIN number, and so on. Personal properties, things like trailers and boats and that sort of deal. Again, self-explanatory, I think. This page is the start of your contacts page. Again, insurance contacts, what kind of insurance is it, provider name, agent's phone number, and so on. Financial contacts, what kind of contact is it, it's for your 401k, and who it is, the name of the contact, phone numbers, right, account numbers, and so on. Again, you might be careful with some of this information, but it's here if you want to put it there. And professional contacts, you know, whomever, accountants, appraisers, attorneys. Okay, it's just already referenced here in case you need them. Recovery services, this is similar to the information in the fire plan, but even more thorough. You know, should you need to contact somebody specifically about floodwater cleanup, who's that going to be? It's much better to figure out this stuff now than to scramble and hope, you know, you find somebody that's reputable, isn't going to rip you off, and, you know, they're not already booked. Now we get into the medical and healthcare contacts. Again, I'll remind you this could be very personal, so be careful about adding some of this. Anyway, it is straightforward as usual. Member name, meaning who is it that's who is it that has this contact? What's the reason? What kind of doctor is this? What's their provider name? What's the doctor's name? Phone numbers, and so on. There's 2 sheets. No, there's more. There's 3 sheets. 9 total contacts. Now we have the prescription medications. Again, username. Who is it that's using the prescription medication? What's the name of it? Why are they taking it? Who's it prescribed by, filled by, and so on. You see, this also has 2 pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 possible prescriptions. If for some reason you have more prescriptions that are taken, then my suggestion would be to print out these blank sheets and then fill them in by hand. Okay, and then this last worksheet, or last part of the worksheet, is any additional medical information. It's very similar to the 1-pager where you list the person's name and then what kind of troubles are they having, specific allergies, any special needs they might have, disabilities, and if you're really thorough, blood type. Okay, and then last here you have the additional comments. If there's anything I might have missed that you want to add, you can do so. So that's it for the bug out information. Hopefully that's all relatively self-explanatory, and that's all there is for this one.